Welcome to my vlog. I'm Claire and this is my vlog, Loves Red Sews. So I am actually coming to you today on Thursday. So I normally record on a Saturday, ready for upload on a Sunday, but today is my birthday. So I have got today off work and also tomorrow off work. So I thought I'd maybe bring you along on a couple of the little things that I'm doing over the next couple of days. So yeah, I hope you sort of enjoy that slightly different style of vlog. So this morning I am actually taking my sewing machine in for repair. So yeah, that's my exciting start to the day. My husband is still in bed at the moment, so I've got myself up and ready, and today I am wearing a Anthea blouse that I made this one quite a while ago actually, and I haven't really worn it that much. I haven't worn that many of them, and I think it's because I sometimes I just can't be bothered to iron, if I'm honest. So I've got all these nice clothes, and when I'm working from home I don't want to kind of waste them, but I probably should wear more of this kind of stuff because it just sits in my wardrobe otherwise. But seeing as it's my birthday today, I thought I would put this on. I may well put a cardigan on because it's a little chilly, although it is meant to be warming up today to about 14 degrees I think. So we're actually having a fairly chilled day today. We're going out for a nice long dog walk, and then we're going to go for lunch today as well. So I'm off work today and tomorrow, so that's quite nice. So yeah, I thought I might sort of take you along on a couple of the bits and pieces. So I hope you enjoy, and I shall catch up with you again later. Hi guys, so my machine is dropped off. I did that earlier and I think I've timed it really badly because the guy said to me that he has got 25 machines in from a school that he's got to get serviced by tomorrow. So I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to be getting my machine back. I've got an issue with the thread cutter and a couple of other little things, and he said if it's a thread cutter and that needs replacing, then I could be looking at a few weeks because it's not something that he holds in stock and it's not that easy to get hold of. So yeah, I don't know, so I just have to wait and see. He said he will try and get mine done for tomorrow because I'm off to a sewing social on Saturday, but there is no guarantee. So we've had a slight change of plans today for my birthday because the weather has been awful, so we've come out slightly later than we had originally planned. It's dry now, but it has been absolutely pouring with rain, and Ralphie is a little bit subdued today, and he hasn't really eaten, so we didn't want to do a massive long walk with him because of that. So we're actually just walking along the canal, and we're going to a little place called the Canal Lounge, and we're going to have a little bite to eat for lunch. We've brought some food with us for Ralph, so we're going to do that. I will turn the camera around and show you Ralph in a minute, and then I shall come back to you again later. It's quite windy today as well. There's Ralph having a little mooch along in his raincoat. He likes it along the canal because he can have a good sniff, and oh, nice little wee there. Ralphie, hello. This is where we're going to go and have our lunch. This little place over here, Canal Lounge. Hi guys, I'm in the car and I have had notification from the sewing machine repairman that my machine is ready already. So I can't believe it. He contacted me this afternoon to say it's all done. So he must have just got onto it straight away, which was really nice. So that was a nice surprise. So I am going off to pick it up now. So he said he's replaced the blade, and also there was a small metal bit, I think under the plate or something to do with the plate, that was a little bit bent, and he's also sorted that out and adjusted the needle position. So apparently it's all sorted now, so that's really nice. So I'm going to go and pick that up, and I might even be able to do a little bit of sewing this afternoon, so that's all good. So I shall catch up with you again later and let you know once I've got my machine back at home. Speak to you later, bye. Hi everyone, I'm just popping on. So today is Friday, it's the 21st of Feb, so I didn't come back on yesterday after the bits and pieces that you've seen, and we just had a fairly chilled evening last night, had some pizza and watched a couple of things on the TV. So I am up. It is it's 8:45. I'm just getting myself sorted out and I'm heading out the door shortly, because I am off for my colour consultation this morning with Chelsea from Radiantly Me. So she is about, I think it's about 45 minute drive away, so I'm off there. I'm feeling really dizzy this morning, and I think I look a little bit pale, so I'm not quite sure, but I didn't sleep that well last night, so that might be why. But I'm going to grab myself a little bite to eat before I leave, and then hopefully I'll feel a little bit better, ready for my consultation. So that is for 2 hours today, but I have the rest of the afternoon to rest, and then we are out this evening for a concert in Birmingham at the Symphony Hall, so I'm really looking forward to that. So if I can, I will bring you along with me today. I'm not sure if I will be able to film sort of much of the process or anything, but if I can take a couple of pictures I will do, and I'll probably pop back on later and kind of let you know how today has gone. So I shall head off now and get myself sorted out, and then I shall check back in with you again later. Oh, and just to say, today I am wearing, I've just got a pair of ready to wear jeans on, just plain black, and I've paired it with my Drew sweater, which is the Panda sweater, and I've just put a plain black Naya t-shirt underneath, which is in a modal jersey, and I just thought it would be easier kind of trying to keep it plain. If I get warm there, I can take the jumper off, and I've just got a plain kind of background for the colour consultation. I also mentioned that I picked up my machine yesterday, so the guy that repaired it did it all in one day, and it is back, so I'm really pleased to have it back. Depending on how I feel later, I may do a little bit of sewing, but I've got a sewing social tomorrow, so I need to kind of pack my machine and stuff up ready for that anyway. So I might actually just do that, pack everything up. I'm going to take the Aspen dress with me, but I do still want to cut out my heather blazer, so it may even do that later, and possibly bring you along with me when I do that this afternoon. So it all just depends on how I'm feeling and kind of what time and stuff I've got, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to head off now, and I shall catch up with you again later. See you later. Hi everybody, I'm back from my colour consultation, which I had this morning with Chelsea from Radiantly Me with Chelsea. She is a colour consultant from Colour Me Beautiful. So she is based in Loughborough, which is about 45 to 50 minute drive from where I live. And I had my appointment booked in this morning, as I've mentioned, and I went along to that. Now, I had a previous sort of mini colour consultation done by her, which I received just this little booklet with, and it basically showed my sort of 10 predominant colours, and I came out as a clear. However, the one that I went for today was the full colour consultation. So you end up with a little wallet Colour Me Beautiful wallet, and this has all of your colours in it. So I obviously was predominantly clear, that's my sort of main yeah, my main dominant colouring is clear, and then so it's clear and contrasting, and then my secondary colours are warm. So rather than the cool shades, sort of in the, you know, you get varying shades. So I don't know, say red for instance, or you know, any sort of colour really. I'm predominantly on the warmer side of the colour rather than the cooler. So like for instance with a red, it would be more of a warmer kind of red rather than, you know, kind of a bluey red. So that is my sort of secondary colouring, and then the I think they call it the tertiary colouring. That's kind of like the third sort of part of it. Mine came out as like deep, so the sort of more deep, richer sort of colours. So don't have that many kind of pastels and things like that in my colour palette, but I thought I'd just share with you some of the colours that I've got here. So the very first bit in your folder is the these are the neutrals. So rather than kind of a bright white, I've got this ivory, and then I've got a soft white, and then I've got this kind of don't know what this one's called, taupe. Okay, so this is taupe, and then kind of a pewter, then I've got a nice black, well they call this a black brown, and then black. So these sort of colours are good to mix with other colours. So because I'm a clear, a lot of bright colours, but things like, you know, black. So where I've got this top on, for instance, I've got black sort of in with this. The black kind of makes the colours pop, so for me that's a really good kind of base to have, and this kind of really dark brown, black brown, is also really good. And then moving on to some of the other colours, so this is the next kind of lot. So I've got lots of greens and stuff in here, and varying shades of green. These are, I mean, this one or this one are quite similar to the Myosotis dress that I recently made, possibly this one actually, which is called Evergreen. So sorry for the shining. It's these are in kind of plastic wallets, so it's picking up a little bit of light from outside. But yeah, I think that's why this Myosotis dress really suits me, because obviously it's the green, you know, it's one of the greens that's really good for me. Now interestingly, a standard navy didn't come up for me as one of my colours. This is the closest that I've got, and this is actually a dark navy. Now when she held up this the full piece of fabric, it almost looks a bit purpley, so it's not like a full proper sort of navy, I guess. This is more of a dark navy. And then what have I got here? A charcoal, a light grey, and a sky blue, and then interestingly a mint here, which is a little bit similar to what I'm wearing in here. So I thought that was quite interesting. Obviously there's quite a lot of bright colours here and some nice greens, a nice kind of lime green here. So yeah, some interesting colours there. And then there's sort of some blues and some reds. So there's quite a lot of blues. This nice dark kind of purple here came out. This is kind of like a periwinkle, I think. Bright periwinkle. So it does actually tell you what the colours are up here. And then varying shades of blue. So there was quite a lot of nice blues, and these are the kind of blues that I quite like as well. So that was really nice to be told that these are kind of my colours. And then these kind of reds and brighter kind of colours here. So I've got a ruby red, a scarlet red, this one here is a true red, and then I've got this pink, which is called blush pink, but yeah, that's quite a sort of a bubblegummy pink. One of the surprising things is I don't actually have any kind of fuchsia pink in my colours, which I was really surprised about, because I thought you know, a bright fuchsia pink would be really sort of like, one of my sort of colours, because I think a lot of my colours are quite jewel tones, but not at all, that didn't come out at all. These ones here were quite surprising. This really bright yellow, when she held that up to my face, it really kind of lit my face up. These sort of colours do suit me apparently, but she said probably not to wear on their own, so you know, you can kind of play around with some of the colours. I mean, even with black, that would be a good one. Things like this would be good as a base of a fabric, and then, you know, if you've got a patterned fabric with various other colours, or you can kind of mix these colours in with other things. And then I'm moving on to the sort of more warmer tones. So this palette here is kind of like the clear and warm. So so for my sort of pinks, it's more of these kind of corally pinks. I obviously do have this pink here, but these are sort of my main pinks, so no sort of fuchsias as such, but more of the salmon and corally. So these are more of the warmer kind of colours really. And this red here is a watermelon, which is really lovely. And then the sort of third lot of kind of colours are the deep. These are deep and warm, so the more kind of like autumnal kind of colours, which to be honest I was surprised about. I didn't think I would come out with some of these kind of darker colours, but I'm kind of glad I have, because I've got like this nice coffee brown colour that looks really nice. The this kind of mahogany is kind of a cross between like a burgundy and a brown kind of colour, and I am in the process of sort of making a couple of things in this colour, so that's quite nice. And this is another red. This is a tomato red, a nice bright orange. That looks really nice as well. So yeah, they're my kind of predominant colours really. So this is my full colour wallet. It's 42 colours in total, so as I said, predominantly clear, and then my secondary is the warm, so it's the warm tones and also like these deeper tones as well. So yeah, really nice bright kind of colour palette. Yeah, but not much pinks. I mean, I don't tend to veer towards pinks, to be honest. Anyway, this one I kind of knew from the mini one that I'd had. I didn't realise these kind of coral salmon pinks, but they looked really nice up against me. So yeah, I'm really pleased with my colour palette. So obviously I've got a picture of me holding this up at the consultation, so I will pop that in. And my favourite picture that we took was of all of the reds. So she put all of the reds that are from my palette, laid those up against me, and I'll pop a picture of that in here, and it just really brightened my face up. So as part of the consultation, she also went through some makeup as well. So I am wearing a little bit of the makeup that we tried a few different colours on, but because I'm sort of warm, more on the warm side, that is the sort of colouring, makeup colourings that she sort of advised to look for. So we did actually try an olive green on my eyes. I don't know if you can tell, I mean, I think my eyeliner is kind of smudging a little bit, but I kind of put, so it was like a kind of like a champagne colour over most of my eyelid, and then it was just on the edges that we put a little bit of olive green. I wouldn't have normally have chosen like an olive green, but I thought it looked quite nice. And then the eyeliner that we've put on is actually a brown. Now I normally pick a black eyeliner. Now she did say black is perfectly fine for my colouring. I can get away with that, but also the brown is a little bit softer, so I might look out for a brown eyeliner, because I quite like the way that looks. The blusher, I wear blusher sort of most days, and to be honest I tend to pick more kind of, I suppose, pinky sort of colours. I wasn't really sure, but the have I got it here actually? Oh, it's in front of me. I did actually buy the blusher, and it's just a small little one. It actually, you can actually get it a compact for it to sit in, but it's kind of a big compact that you can put eyeshadows in various pieces in. So I just bought the blusher for now, and I thought what I could probably do is I could probably find something else in store with similar colouring so that I can match it. But the blusher colour for me that suited me is salmon, so that's kind of what I've got on. And to be honest, as soon as I put it on while I was there, it just really lighted my face up. And I don't always generally pick this kind of colour blusher, so that was quite interesting. So I would definitely sort of go more with this colouring going forwards. I thought it looked really nice on. And then there was a couple of lipstick colours as well. One of them I'm wearing. Now there was one, this is probably more of a going out one. This is called Red Velvet. So it is very red, but she said this one, rather than being sort of like a cool red with more blue in, this is more of a warmer red. So this one kind of suits me a little bit more. So I've just got that on now. I'll probably take that off shortly, but I might wear it out tonight. So I managed to get that one. And then there was the nice coral lipstick, which I think is a more of a day-to-day one, but unfortunately she didn't have that one in stock today. So I think I might try and buy that one online, so that I can also have that one. So I've got kind of like a daytime one and then one more for the evening. So that was really interesting, going through some of the sort of makeup bits and pieces, and just you know, trying some slightly different colours than I would normally would. So and I will pop a picture in here of so she showed me a couple of sort of makeup palettes and how they would look if you kind of bought a few of the different bits and pieces. So you get like a palette that's empty, and then you can buy like the eyeshadows and blushers and things like this, and they're magnetic on the back, and then they sit inside the case. So the picture that I'll pop in shows the two different sort of colourings really, but the one that's got the olive eyeshadow in, and the one that's got this kind of salmon sort of colour blusher, they're kind of more the colours that I should be going for with makeup, rather than the colour that rather than the palette that's got kind of like the white highlighter and things like that in it. So that was quite interesting. So I've got a little bit of an idea of you know, and I think predominantly I do kind of stick to those colours with makeup. I do tend to do sort of more browns, eyeshadows and things like that. So there was a couple of colours that I probably should avoid. She said don't go for navy, that's probably the only colour mascara to avoid. And yeah, I think there was a couple of like eyeshadows, like a pale pink eyeshadow and stuff, which wouldn't really work, and sort of like a bright teal, something like that, she said wouldn't really work with my colouring. So I kind of need to stick more with the warmer sort of shades. So that was also quite interesting. But yeah, it was a really good morning, and I'm really pleased I had it done. So I now want to have a look through my fabric stash with sort of fresh eyes. Now I've got this palette, and just kind of see where I've got, you know, kind of matching, you know, matching fabrics, and, you know, maybe some not so matching fabrics. But I will definitely be keeping this with me and taking this out with me when I go fabric shopping. So that's going to come in quite handy for the Stitch Festival, I think. So I'll definitely have that with me when I go there. So yeah, I just thought I'd sort of share a little bit about that today. So obviously not in great detail, but I just found it really interesting. So hopefully you've found that interesting as well. So I'm gonna sort of sign off again here. I may go and cut out a project. I've got a couple of hours until we go off for our night out this evening. So I might actually go and cut out one of my projects, so I may bring you along with me for that. And I kind of want to talk through, so that's the heather blazer, and I want to talk through what I've done with adjustments for that. So I may do that this afternoon. So I'll sign off here, and I'll probably be back again shortly. See you soon. Bye. Hi guys, so I'm coming back to you from my dining table now, so slightly different location. So the reason for this is because this is where I tend to do a lot of my cutting out of my projects, and that is mainly because I've got a bigger space. Sometimes I cut out on the floor, but it just all depends on sort of how I'm feeling on any given day, how much fabric I've got. If it's a really long piece of fabric, sometimes I will do that on the floor, just because there's a little bit more space. But sometimes it does hurt my back sometimes doing that, crawling around the floor trying to cut out. So I'm going to do it on the table today, but I just thought I would come on first of all just to talk about some of the adjustments that I've made to this pattern, just to give you a bit of an idea. So I hope the sound is okay. I think it's maybe a little bit more echoey than it is when I'm in my sewing room, and also the light is probably slightly different, so I hope that's okay and it's not too much of you know, distraction or anything. But there's actually quite a lot of pieces to the heather blazer. I didn't realise. Now I have been told that this pattern is quite a simple pattern to put together, but it isn't. There's quite a lot of pieces to sort of cut out, so that side of it is, you know, is probably takes the longest. I'd imagine once you get sewing it up it's not too bad, but and for me, having to make adjustments, there's quite a lot of pattern pieces to make adjustments to, so I think in total there has been about 9 pieces that I've had to make adjustments to. So I'm just going to show you what I have done. So this is right, this piece here. So the pattern paper is actually like the sort of paper you get with the big 5 patterns. So I was quite surprised at that, to be honest. I thought it would be like more of the stronger paper. This is the back, which you actually cut in 2 pieces. So there is a seam down the back by the looks of it. And first thing I've done is, so this is like the armhole. So I have reduced the bit here by 1 inch. And it's a fairly standard adjustment for me, to be honest. I have mentioned this in previous videos. And then the length sort of further down, I've actually reduced this by, I think it might be about 3 inches. As you can see, it is kind of overlapping a little bit, and what we'll do when I kind of cut it out, I'll just true up that line so that it runs kind of a bit straighter down there. And this bit here is kind of folded in a little bit. I have kind of folded it in, but what I will do is probably just fold that all the way in so it runs a little bit smoother all the way down. But to kind of gauge the length, if I can stand back and show you, I mean, I automatically made the adjustment under the arm because I always have to do that. But I held the pattern piece up to me, and I could see that without taking it up here, it was going to come down almost to my knee, which I don't think is where a blazer should sit. I think that would just be a little bit too long. So if I kind of sit that up on my shoulder where that should be, I just basically eyeballed it and folded it up to where I think it should be. So it's kind of like just almost sort of to the bottom of my bum, I guess, and kind of like the top of my thigh, and I think that's a better place for the blazer. Obviously this will be toned up slightly as well at the end, but I think that is a much better place for that. It would have been way too long for me otherwise, being that I'm petite. So I'm only 4'11", if you're not already aware, so the standard size for this would have been way too long for me. So that is the back, and then you also have a corresponding piece for the lining. So I've had to do the exact same adjustments to the lining pieces that I've had to the main pieces. So that is the back. And then for the front, you have a front piece as standard. So again, I've reduced it here by 1 inch and here by 3 inches. And then you have a front facing, so I've had to also adjust that by the same amount. And then you also have a front lining piece, so I've had to do the same adjustments to that. So so what's that, 5 pieces so far, so 3 for the front and 2 for the back. And then we then move on to the sleeve. So we've got an upper sleeve, and generally with sleeves I just have to remove 1 inch, so that's all I did with this one. And I think that will be okay if I hold that up here. It kind of sits at the top of my shoulder, and then once that has turned under, that will be pretty much at the right length. And then we have a sleeve lining, so that matches the piece I've just shown you, so I've had to make the same adjustment to that. So we're now up to 7 pieces. And then there is also a lower sleeve. So I think that actually sits underneath, and it kind of runs up this part of your arm. So I had to make the same adjustment to that, and there is also a lining piece for this, so that makes 9 pieces that I've had to make those adjustments to. So hopefully that all works out okay. So on top of that, those 9 pieces, you then also have the upper collar and the under collar, so I need to cut out those, so that's 11 pieces. Then you have this is just an interface in for the back yoke, so I need to cut that out in interfacing. And then you've got the pocket, which you need to cut 2 of as well. So so I think all in all there's about 13 pieces of pattern pieces for this, so quite a lot. So half of them are for the main fabric, and then the other half of the lining. So 2 seconds. Sorry, I just had to sort Ralph out. He's a little bit wound up this afternoon. I don't know why. And yeah, he's not quite been quite himself the last couple of days. So he was chewing a blanket, so I just had to go and sort that out. Anyway, I'm back. So the fabric that I'm planning on cutting out, I don't know if you can see in this light actually. Let me just change position slightly and change the light setting. 2 seconds. Right, I don't know if that is any better, but I've actually just moved a little bit closer to the window, which is just kind of here next to me, and I've turned off the overhead light, which was a little bit yellowy. So I think this might show you, give you a bit of a better kind of light. But the fabric I've chosen, I was actually going to do the heather blazer in the Ace denim, but I've decided to use this this is from my stash. So I've got 2 meters of this, and this is from Fabric Godmother, and I bought this quite a long time ago, before the Ace denim actually came out. So it does have a little bit more of a sort of peachy toned background, and funnily enough, this is one of the colours that came up on my colour analysis today. So it's one of the colours that I can wear, but mainly kind of contrasting with another colour. And as I mentioned on the video a little while ago, black is a really good contrast colour. I've also got that kind of taupe colour in here, so I think this this kind of fabric and colouring will be really good, because all of these colours are kind of on my colour palette. And I think, is there a little bit of, yeah, there's actually a little bit of stretch to this fabric as well, so I think this will be really nice for the blazer. And yeah, I don't know if I should do something else with the Ace denim now that I'm making the blazer in this, but I think this will be really nice for the heather blazer, and I've got just the right amount for that, so I'm going to use that to cut it out. And then I did purchase this fabric here, which is a sand washed satin, which I got from Sew Me Sunshine, and I don't know if you can see the texture there. So it's just got a little bit of a kind of a texture and a shimmer to it, and it's just plain black, but I thought that would be good for a lining. It said on their website this is perfect for a lining, and it was a really good price. I think this was about £6 a metre. So I have actually got a remnant piece, 75 centimetres, which I may not need to use, and I can kind of tuck that away for something else, for a lining for something else. and then I've got this bigger piece as well, so, or I may be able to use kind of both. I've got a feeling I might have ordered 1.5 meters in this piece and then supplemented it with the remnant, so even if I just get the sleeves maybe out of the remnant and the rest out of that, so that is kind of like my plan. So I'm going to have a little go at cutting that out. I don't know whether I'll get it all cut out today, but I just thought I would get a little bit of that done this afternoon while I'm off work, and I've got a couple of hours free before we have to think about heading out for our evening out. So I'm going to do that. I might put you on time lapse while I'm doing that, and just add that in as well, and then come back to you later. So see you again soon. Thanks. Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday the 22nd of February. So today I was supposed to be having a sewing social, but unfortunately it got cancelled due to illness. So I have basically got a day back. So my mum and I are off into the local town where I live. We're going to pop in there because there is a new shop that's opened selling fabrics and haberdashery. I'm not really sure what it's like, but we thought we'd just pop in and have a look. My mum is popping over anyway to drop my birthday presents and stuff off, so we kind of thought we would tie that in, doing that together this morning. And then we'll probably just sit and have a coffee. So I may take you along or take some footage or something and show you that. Yesterday when I talked about cutting out the heather blazer, not long after that my husband then suggested that we take the dog out for a walk because we were going out last night, and I think he sort of probably needed a bit of a walk and a run. He was a little bit more tired for when we went out, so we did that. I think we were out about an hour, and then when we got back literally had to get ready and go, so I didn't end up cutting my blazer out, but I'm planning on hopefully doing that today / tomorrow. So that will be happening, so you will see that. Hopefully if I do it today you'll see that on sort of the video, my vlog, when it comes out tomorrow. So apologies for that. I'll just share what I'm wearing today. This is a Wren Blouse by Chalk and Notch. I made this a while ago in this kind of neon gingham, cotton gingham fabric. It's a really nice quality fabric, and in fact I've got the red and the pink version of this as well. So I'm sorry, I'm actually really warm this morning, so you can probably see I'm sort of glistening a little bit, so apologies for that. I have actually got the door open next to me. My mum is due sort of any time really, so I thought I'd just pop on quickly and say hi before she arrives. And also my fabric godmother dream wardrobe box has just arrived, so if I can I might just open that quickly and show you what's in that. If that's okay with you. So I'm just going to get into the box now. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know what's in this. But, oh, okay, this is interesting. So, so this box comes with, so we get a QR code, which when you scan it tells you a bit more about the pattern and the fabric and stuff that we've got, and the pattern that we've got this month is, oh, okay, so it's the Eliza, and when I open it up, it's actually the Eliza trench coat by Paper Cut Patterns. So that's interesting. Ah, okay. And the gift that we've got this month is it's a little tailor's clapper. So I do have a tailor's clapper. This is a mini one, so that probably be quite handy to sit next to me by my small iron possibly. So that's quite a nice little gift. And the colour of the thread that we've received this month is this, so a little bit different. Might give you an indication of the fabric. And I just wanted to check, don't know if this fabric is in my sort of colour base from my colours that I've just had done, but we'll see what we think. But this is the fabric that we've received this month. So it's kind of like a caramel sort of colour. Now I'm just looking at my sort of colour chart, and the nearest one I can see is this one here. It's not quite it's not quite a perfect match. This is very slightly sort of darker, I guess, and browner, but I might be able to get away with that. It's a perfect kind of trench colour, trench coat colour. So I imagine we have probably got maybe 2.5 meters of this possibly, and I think it's kind of like that waterproofy sort of cotton drill fabric. It feels like the exact same fabric that you would get for a trench coat, so that's really interesting. Not made anything like that before, so that will probably push me out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I will have a look into a little bit more about this pattern, and then I might, when I pop on later, I might give you a little bit more information. But it looks like the pattern sizing, it runs from a size 1 to a size 8. So I don't know what that equates to as yet, until I have a little bit more look into that. So yeah, that's an interesting box this month. So I shall look forward to seeing how that gets made up. So I'm gonna head off now before my mum arrives, finish my coffee, and then, like I said, I might take you along with me or show you some footage of where we're going today. So I shall catch up with you again later. See you later. Hi guys, I'm just walking back from Boots. I thought I'd pop on and just say hello. Look, I've had to take my coat off. The sun has come out, and it's beautiful out here. It's like a spring day. I mean, I've seen other people in coats, so maybe it's just me. Got a bit warm. I am menopausal, so that could be the reason, but it's lovely out here. So I've just I got back from the fabric shop, and I did make a couple of purchases. Not too much. I'll show you those later. And sorry, just making sure I don't get run over when I cross the road. So yeah, I did make a couple of small purchases. I'll show you those later. So I've been back home, dropped my stuff off, and then just went down to Boots quickly, and I am just heading back. I'm almost home actually, so not too far off. But yeah, I thought I should just share the excitement of taking my coat off in God knows how long. Anyway, I'll speak to you again shortly. Bye. Hi guys, I'm just jumping back on, and I have not yet managed to cut out my heather blazer, so I'm hoping that I will still get that done today. But at the moment my husband has kind of commandeered the dining table because he is putting up some kind of window film on the window in his office, because he gets a lot of sunlight in, and he has to close the blind a lot. So he's bought this kind of window film stuff that will stop the sun coming in quite so much. So he is currently using the dining table to cut that to size. So I'm not being able to do my heather blazer yet, so I thought I'll kind of wait until he's done with that. But while he's down there doing that, I thought I'd share a few things with you. So as I mentioned earlier, I was going into town to visit a new shop. So it's a fairly sort of basic shop in my local hometown that's recently opened, but there was a lot of stuff in there. So they're selling kind of fabrics and haberdashery, and even had a few like bags and stuff for sale. But the haberdashery, there was a lot of stuff, so it's actually quite handy to have something like that close by. I mean, they even sold wool, stuff like that. They had a lot of bag hardware, a lot of bag webbings, a huge choice of webbing actually. They had buttons, they had all your usual kind of haberdashery, and a few fabrics and stuff. So I'll pop a few little pictures in I took while I was in the store. But we had a good look around everything in there. The only thing we didn't have was the Gutermann threads, which was a little bit of a shame. They had some kind of cheaper option threads, but I prefer to stick with Gutermann, so it's probably not the best place to be buying threads. But if you need any other bits and pieces, they had plenty of things and all the usual kind of haberdashery bits, so that was really good. Fabric was very reasonably priced. Some of the fabrics probably weren't really my style, some children's bits and pieces, and a few craft cottons and things like that. But I did spot a viscose fabric that I thought was really nice, and it's this. So I thought I'd just share that with you. This actually falls into my colour palette because it's got a nice black background, and then these other 3 colours are all in my colour palette, so I thought that was nice. I just bought 2 meters of that because I thought that would make a nice blouse, possibly for work or something like that. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, and it's really actually feels really nice quality. So that was just £9 a metre, so that was quite reasonable. And I also picked up a modal jersey that I saw in there, which was this, and I thought that was quite nice as well. So I just bought 1 metre of this, and I thought with the view to just make a kind of a t-shirt or something with that. Maybe another Naya, I don't know. My mum jokingly said to me, how about a Naya? But maybe I'll try a different t-shirt pattern and see how that comes out. So I just bought those 2 little pieces of fabric really. But my mum also dropped off my birthday presents while she was visiting as well, and she had made me this little case for my snips. So I have got a pair of the viscose snips, and I just basically I'd had a kind of a ribbon around them and had them just hanging, and I've been meaning to make these case for ages and I just hadn't got around to it. My mum knew that, so she made me a case for them instead. So this is, I think this was a free pattern from Kylie and the Machine, and it's the I think it's called the snippy case or something like that, and you can basically make the case to suit your size of your scissors or snips or something. So she'd basically just kind of drew round and made the case for that. So obviously she went red, and I've got a little mushroom label on the front as well, so that was really handy. So that was nice to receive those. I've had a couple of fabrics into my sewing room the last couple of days as well. So I placed an order with Sew because I think Sam from Sequin Girly had shared a discount code, and so I picked up a piece of this. This is just 2 meters of a cotton sateen with a view to make a blouse or a top with. I mean, I wouldn't mind another go at the pleated shirt, so possibly even that, but I think these colours, although a couple of these are not specifically in my colour palette, I think more of them are, and so I think that probably looks quite nice, so hopefully anyway. So I thought, yeah, the colours in that were really nice. And then I got a viscose twill. I think I might have got about 2.5 meters of this one, and it's slightly different for me because it's got kind of the browns and the purples in, but actually some of these colours are also in my new colour palette, so I think that has also worked out quite well, so I'm quite pleased with that one too. And because I had the discount code, I also picked up the Hovea pattern, because I think I'd said in previous one of my vlogs that I thought I had this pattern, but it turns out I didn't. So basically I've kind of been waiting to buy it, and then when I had the discount code I decided to buy it with the code. So I wanted to make this in the black boiled wool, and I'm gonna plan on making view C, I think, which has like a tie belt around it. I mean, generally tie belted coats may don't always suit me, but I did really like the look of it, so I am going to give that a go and see how that turns out. So I'm really pleased that I got hold of that. And then the other thing that came into my sewing room today was a delivery from Rainbow Fabrics, and it is this. So this is a lightweight denim. It was actually in the sale, and it was, so it's kind of white on the back, and it was £4.99 a metre. I did buy 4 metres because I'd like to make the Aspen dress with this, so that was kind of my plan for that. So I thought that was good value. Yeah, sort of just under £20 for 4 metres. So and it's a really nice, it's actually a really nice denim. I'll just bring it a bit closer so you can see it's really nice quality. So providing how the burgundy one turns out, if that all turns out okay, then that's what I'll be making with that, so that's quite exciting. So there's kind of like the things that have come into my sewing room in the last couple of days. So yeah, I will sign off again here now, and hopefully if I can get my heather blazer cut out this afternoon, then I will share that in this vlog as well, ready for that to be uploaded tomorrow. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing a little bit of the things that I've been up to. Oh, I did mention that we'd gone to a concert last night, but I don't think I said very much about it. We did actually end up running a little bit late because we'd left in plenty of time, and then we got stuck on the M6. And by the time we arrived, I think we got into the car park about 7:30, and the concert was starting at 7:30, and by that point it was absolutely hammering down with rain. So we didn't really come prepared for rain because we didn't realise it was going to rain. I didn't have an umbrella or a hood, and I just had a little jacket on, so by the time we got into the venue I was absolutely drenched. I'll show you a picture. I was pulling a bit of a ridiculous face, but I was absolutely drenched. I mean, I must have looked ridiculous, but it was really nice when we got in there. My husband really needed the loo, so he popped to the toilet, and just before we went through the door into the venue, the lady that was at the door, she commented on my dress, and she said, "Oh, I like your dress," and it was my green myosotis. So I said to her, "Oh, I made it," and she was like, "Oh wow, did you?" And then she sort of proceeded to tell me that she used to sew, and I think her mum used to sew. So we ended up having a conversation about sewing in about 5 minutes while my husband was in the toilet. So that was quite funny, quite random. But the concert that we went to was the best of John Williams. So it was at the Symphony Hall in Birmingham, and it was basically all of his kind of tracks from a lot of the sort of famous movies, so things like Jaws, E.T., Star Wars, Harry Potter, those kind of things. And it was all done by the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, so it was really good. We had brilliant seats in the upper circle, so we had a really good view, and yeah, it was a really good evening. So that's what we did last night. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here, and I shall hopefully pop back on later just with a little time-lapse video of my heather blazer, and then I shall sign off because I think this video is probably quite long now. And I shall catch up with you again soon. So if I don't speak to you back on this video later, then I hope you have a good week, you get some good sewing in, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please feel free to comment and like, and I shall catch up with you again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.